we discuss about the how to calculate the attainment of for a particular CO. Let us take the example of CO2 here. So, I said CO2 attended fully if a student score more than 50% mark. So, I have designed the question paper such a way, if a student is able to answer 2 questions, they have fully attended the CO2. Okay? And also I taken care of the domain independent outcome also. That is why you cannot say that mistake in English in end sem or mid sem does not matter because they are engineer. I cannot say that, because learning the communication skill is also one of the CO. So, that also must be attended by the students, that also you are certifying that they have the enough communication skill. So, if it is not attended, attainment is not there. So, that is why sometime question is asked, how do you calculate the attainment of domain independent CO? Sometime may not be all questions, all CO are not able to map with domain independent PO, but some CO will be definitely mapped. Let us for an example, technical writing, which is CO 10. If I take assignment, if I take lab report, that should map towards the technical writing. So, depending on the course, depending on the CO, you can say whether it is related which kind of domain independent PO, and that part must be included in the question paper and evaluation rubrics when you calculating the attainment of that CO. Okay? So, let us that part is guaranteed, and I have designed that attainment part also. Now, I say let us I take an examination assessment for a 70 students in a class for that subject on acoustics, and I want to calculate the attainment of CO2. So, attainment of CO2 are tested on mid semester question number 3, end semester question number 1, 2 and 3. So, total marks is 40. I said if a student scores 50% marks, then student is fully attended, let us say. Okay? So, max score is 40, possible CO2. For CO2, max score is 40. Let student 1 get question number 3 10, question number 1 9, 7, 6. So, what is the total score? 32. Out of 40, student 1 get 32. Percentage marks 80%. Student 2 get 25, 62%. Student 3 get 10 out of 40, 25%. Student 70 get 18, 45%. So, I can easily calculate it after taking the assessment. I mark the evaluation marks and I can calculate this table. You can generate in a Excel file easily, as standard Excel file is also available. Now, if I said that if a student get more than 50% marks, that means he fully attended the CO2, weight vector 3, weight matrix 3. So, I put 3 and attended, yes. This student attended CO2, yes. This student 25%. So, his attainment is not there and weight vector is 1, because in ideal cases I want out of 70 students should attain the CO2, because once I say the evaluation, when I certify the competence of the students, I say out of 4 CO, some student will be attended 3, some student will be attended out of 4, some student will be 2. So, I cannot guarantee the 100% efficiency. That is why in ideal cases all 70 students must attend the CO2, but in a class it is never possible. We wish to that all students perform well, but it is not possible that all students will perform well. We have to maximize the performance. So, if I say 70 student performance I get, out of 70 students, 60 students are attained the CO2. So, not 100% is possible. So, out of 70 students, 62 students attain the course goal or goal CO2. Then I can say the percentage of students attained CO2 is 88.57%, 62 by 70 into 100. Now, if I consider my program is 100% successful if 80% of the students attain CO2. So, I can say it is above 80%, okay, attainment is done. Okay. And also I can calculate the average attainment. I take the average value of sum divided by the number of students. I get the average value of attainment, let us 2.8. Okay. Once I get the average value of attainment for CO2, then I write down the course ID. CO2 80% more, attainment done. CO1 80% more, attainment done. CO3 less than 80%, attainment is not done. CO4 attainment 60%. So, it is, you can say that if it is 80% is your average, so this will be not yes, this will be no. So, that is certifying which CO require attention or which CO require continuous improvement, that is pointed out. Okay. CO3 is not attended by many students. So, as a teacher, as a program, as a management, I can design what kind of feedback I have to take, what kind of necessary rectification I have to make. Okay. Now, I want to calculate the attainment matrix of this course. So, what I am calculated already? Average attainment score out of 3 means fully attended. So, out of 3, this CO2 is score 2.8. So, I can write down course number CO2 2.8. CO1, you can calculate CO1 also 2.7, CO3 1.2, CO4 2.6. So, those are this is synthesized data. I have never used in real data. So, you can use in your course real data and find out the average weight and put on the corresponding CO. Now, you have already have this course matrix. CO2 related to the PO number 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10 and 12, and you have ensured the test item was designed, all those things, all the consideration. Now, you calculated average attainment level of CO2 for your class is 2.8. Okay? So, 2.8. So, PO1 contribution of CO2 to PO1 weight vector 1 as per course matrix. Contribution of CO2 in PO2 as per course matrix weight vector 2. Contribution of PO3 as per the CO2 3. 1, 2, 3 and then 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. Now, when you say attainment level of CO2 for PO1, or I can say the attainment level of this course towards PO1, it is nothing but a summation of this 2.7 multiplied by 2 plus 2.8 multiplied by 1 plus 1.2 multiplied by 2 plus 2.6 multiplied by 1 divided by summation of this 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. So, contribution or attainment of C201 course towards PO1 is calculated based on multiplication of this multiply with this multiply with this multiply with this multiply with this divided by sum of course matrix average. So, I can say that contribution of CO2 towards PO1 attainment 2.2, it will be 2.2. If you do this mathematics, it will come 2.2. Okay. So, I can say C201 attainment of PO1 2.2, attainment of PO2 2.21, attainment of PO3 2.72, attainment of PO8, PO9, PO12 I can calculate, PO10 I can calculate. So, course number, attainment level. There is a confusion of PSO. Sometimes people say, sir, there is a PSO attainment of, how do I say the attainment of PSO also? PSO. Here I am saying domain specific outcome are called program specific outcome. Out of 12 attributes, 5 are domain dependent. Again I am clarifying that. So, once I say out of 12 PO, 5 are taken for electronics, then that is domain dependent. So, you have to write down those PO for electronics. Once you write down for electronics, it's become PSO, but it also include another point. If you just write down whatever the PO is said, solving ability, designing ability, testing ability, evaluation ability and synthesis ability for electronics department, electronics PSO. But as you example, suppose institute A has a department of electronics, institute B also has a department of electronics. Are you think two institute is same? Two electronics department is same? Two electronics department PO will be same, PSO will be same. So, when I say that this 5 is adopted for electronics department, the adaptation of this 5 by this institute of this electronics department, adaptation of this 5 by this institute electronics department will not same. If you write those are same, then you have to add PSO. Then what PSO indicate? PSO indicate the expertise of that department. What is expertise? You may say Institute A electronics department may be expertise in VLSI design. Institute B electronics department may be expertise on microwave. So, PSO must indicate that Institute A expertise on VLSI. PSO must indicate the Institute B expertise on microwave. So, if you do not want to write that within this 5 dimension, then you add PSO, which is your expertise, which is reflect your expertise in which domain. Accreditation maintain the minimum quality requirement, that is fulfilled. Next is, on that minimum quality requirement, you said our BTechs are more towards the embedded system. This must be reflected in your PO also, because your employment of your students says that your students are, let us take the example of what I have given here in the lecture number I think 2, that my PO are towards application software development and database and AI, artificial intelligence. So, I can say my department, this program must have expertise on artificial intelligence. So, PSO must reflect that. Either you can consider all the PO as it is and taken for your department, and expertise can be added in PSO, or you can add the PSO direct, modify that PO as per your expertise, call it PSO. Okay? So, it is clear. So, you can add PSO if we take the 12 dimension as it is as graduate attribute. We have not mentioned any expertise there, but if you mention the expertise within that 5, does not require separate PSO. Okay? So, attainment matrix you can calculate. So, for all courses whichever is there in program matrix, I can calculate the attainment matrix for that program matrix. So, instead of program matrix, I can call it is an attainment matrix. Attainment matrix. Okay. So, I can design the attainment matrix very easily in Excel. So, for every course, first job, develop the evaluation rubrics, develop the test item mapping between CO and test item. Once you develop, define the weightage. Once you define the weightage, calculate the minimum percentage required to maintain the attainment of CO. Once you do that, assign weight. Then based on the CO, calculate the average weight. Once you calculate the average weight matched with the course matrix, calculate the weight. Once you find out, put the course weight in this matrix. Very simple, done. Okay. So, now is indirect methods. So, direct methods done. Even if PSO is there, I can also done for PSO also. So, I can get that attainment matrix of the program matrix. Some courses may be very much towards the domain independent, some courses may not be that much towards domain independent. So, based on the course matrix, I can calculate the attainment matrix. So, once I know attainment of CO, I am ensuring the attainment of PO. Okay? So, this method is called direct method for attainment calculation. Because why it is direct? Because it is taken from the student assessment directly, not based on the feedback. So, actually, so in example of the driver, you have test the driver giving him a motor and told him to drive the car. Important point you have to remember, if you design a question paper only describe, explain, describe, prove, that means you cannot map those test items with your CO. Do not consider that CO1 is knowledge level. CO1 is called solving ability, means application ability. Cognitive level is application. Only vary, depth of the knowledge will vary on complexity. Again and again I am saying there is nothing called introductory course. A course may be introductory course, but skill required application level, complexity of the skill may be very low. But it is not that course is introductory level, that means they only know define, describe and explain. If you this course is designed for BTech engineer, then if your course is designed for describe, explain and explain, that course is not fit for that PO matrix. Okay? So, do not do that. Once you design your CO, design the test item which is at par the CO. Again I am saying, if you are cleverly design the question paper, you can also test the domain independent skill also. But you have to mention that evaluation matrix before the exam to the learner, that this is the evaluation matrix, I will evaluate your output. Then learner will try to learn that part. Okay? Done. So, next class I will talk about indirect methods. So, let us wait for the next class. So, we will talk about indirect method. Okay? Thank you.